Hi friends, welcome back. It is October 2024, and if you've been following us for any length of time, you know there's two things that we can't pass up. One is Halloween, and the other is that we like to do things out of reclaimed materials occasionally. So we went through our closet and our trailer and our storage to see what we had laying around that might be stuff that you might have laying around. We wanted to use this as a way to inspire you to come up with your own crafts and your own projects with things you might find laying around your house. So what you're going to get in your package, it's a piece of 2x4. We've always got 2x4s laying around the shop. So these are all cut to their various different lengths, anywhere from 8 inches to 11 inches, maybe 12 inches on some of them. And then they also have a hole in the end of them. Set that out of the way. We found a lot of dowels. So we cut some dowels down. These dowels conveniently fit in this hole. We found a whole box of these 5/16 inch bolts that are too short for us to use on any of our projects. We've got a great idea to use those here. We found some feathers from way back when we did a sun catcher project. We had a bunch of these left over still. And we found some miniature ghosts. Now this is just in there for fun. So I'm going to set this one aside and I'm going to show you these wonderful creations that our team came up with based on what we put in these bags. We've got a jack-o'-lantern, we've got Frankenstein, and we've got a ghost. And I'm going to go through kind of how we built each one of them pretty quickly because it's super simple, and send you guys on your way to build your own. So let's start with the pumpkin. So with the pumpkin, you're going to take your 2x4, and I recommend you paint your 2x4 first before you do anything else. So go ahead and get a coat of orange on there at the very least, or whatever color your pumpkin is. Maybe your pumpkin's green or purple. Then you're going to take your dowel, paint that whatever color you want. Now, you don't want to put the paint on this real thick, and you may actually want to put this in before you put the paint on it because paint causes wood to swell. Not always, but it can. So we're going to put this in the hole and we're going to tap it in, and you'll notice I didn't even use any glue because it's in there pretty tight. So with that, then what I'm going to do, what we did on our sample, put a little hot glue on the top, and we took our feathers and made them look like little leaves. So you could paint these too if you wanted to, or you can just keep with the fun, colorful theme. So now they look like leaves coming off the stem of our pumpkin. Now, with the Frankenstein and the ghost, you still got the hole in the board. You can have it go either way you want. You may want it going down, and you can still use this dowel, and then you can stand it up, stick that in the garden or something else, and it'll stand up and it won't get knocked over. So with the Frankenstein, again, another one that the time is spent in painting it. So you're going to paint this green or whatever color your monster is. Paint your hair on it, paint your face on it, whatever you want to do. And then to do the bolts coming out of the neck, we just used a little hot glue. And we stuck the hot glue on there, stuck that in the hot glue. Give that hot glue a few moments to start hardening up. And turn it over. Careful not to put your fingers in it because it is hot. Put the other side in there. Again, you can blow on it, you can let it sit for a minute. And what you have is you have your Frankenstein setup or your monster setup. So there's the bolts coming out of the neck. And then lastly, let's go over the ghost. We did something a little different on our ghost. Again, you can put the dowel in the hole in the bottom, use it to keep it standing up. What I did with this ghost, because I thought it would be fun, so I wanted to figure out how I could utilize something more than just the 2x4. I wanted to figure out how I could at least utilize the bolts. So what I did, they're 5/16 inch bolts, roughly 8 millimeters. So I drilled 5/16 inch holes in here in the eyeballs where the pupils go. The reason I did that is because then I can push these in, or I can kind of thread them in. They're not a super tight fit, but they're also not a loose fit. I did that so that the eyes could be bulging out like it's trying to scare someone or like it's been frightened, and they can be bulging out different lengths too. So I thought that would be a fun little way to do the ghost different. I encourage you guys to use whatever you've got laying around too, and maybe you come up with something even cooler than we did. Maybe you grab some more 2x4s and you make 3 ghosts and they say B-O-O for boo across them. Or maybe you come up with something even cooler. So what I would love for you guys to do is come up with something super cool, paint it up, color it up with markers, get it all put together, send us your pictures or tag us in your pictures because we want to see what it is you come up with. And as always, if you have ideas for future projects, we'd love to hear them. And thank you for checking this out, and thank you for your continued support. And have a wonderful and happy and safe Halloween. Thanks, and see you next month.